Hey everybody, welcome back. Episode 119, I think, of Franco's World.
Wow.
Very excited to have my esteemed guest on, my pal, my fast friend, Mr. TJ Francis.
Fast
TJ,
friend.
TJ, what's up? What's
Nothing-
up?
Nothing much. Very fast. That's what people know me for in comedies, being super fast.
Yep, and then sex. You,
And
TJ.
wow, dude, that's everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Dude, the first girl to ever touch my penis.
Yeah.
Explained it to it was the most embarrassing story ever. Explained it to my friend, and he was like, "This is funny that we're talking about this right off the bat," but that made me think of it. When you
We're
said
fast friends. We're
sex.
fast friends.
When you said fast in bed, first girl that ever touched my penis gave me a blowjob.
Yeah.
And the way she explained it to my friend was she put out like her finger, sucked it once, and she goes, "That's it. Took one time." It's like, I mean, yeah, dude, I was 16. What do you want?
Yeah,
But,
what are you going to do? Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
That's funny we're talking about sex off the bat. You're wearing a William and Mary
Try baseball.
tribe.
They don't
and-
do sex there.
Well, I mean, I just got with a girl that went to William and Mary.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
What's her name?
I'm not. I knew
I
you were going
hope
to
you
ask
say-
that. I knew you were going to ask that, and I'm not going to tell you.
Can you write it down and tell me?
Yeah.
Okay.
After the show.
What if it's my ex-girlfriend?
There's zero chance.
No, there's a chance.
No. Does your ex-girlfriend live in the city?
I don't know. I don't talk to that bitch anymore.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
I'm not going
I'm
to write it
kidding.
down. I'm not going to write it down.
All right.
Okay, I am going to write it down.
All right, write it down. I would love to know her. God,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
I hope my mom doesn't listen to this one.
No, never
Okay.
even heard of her. I think you're lying.
Why would I lie about that?
I think every podcast guest you have, you're like, "Oh, I hooked up with a girl, went to your school last week." You're like, "All right, dude.
Yeah.
I bet you did.
Right?
I bet you did."
I mean, we're in my room right there.
Right there?
The squared circle.
squared circle.
That's what they call wrestling rings. The
Oh,
squared
really?
circle. Yeah.
I'm not a wrestling nerd.
Well, I'm not either, but you are a sports nerd, and
I'm a
you're
sports nerd.
you're an ex-athlete.
Mhm.
And that's sort of how we became fast friends. I'm an ex-pro baseball scout. He's an collegiate player.
Yeah.
And much like the scene in Moneyball, when Billy Bean, he's talking to Jonah Hill's character, and he calls him up in the middle of the night, and he goes, "You looked me up on your computer when you got home. How good was I? You told me your whole stuff, and I looked you up on my computer when I got home,
Oh yeah.
and you threw hard.
Yeah.
You threw
Yeah.
hard. 90 plus, and I didn't know this. Folks, I'm talking to the formerly #1 rated shortstop in
Damn.
all of New Jersey.
Once you said you looked me up, I was like, "Damn, that's gonna come up." I don't like talking about that, man. That's like embarrassing. 'Cause
That's
I
not
got-
embarrassing.
You know why it's embarrassing? Because I got nowhere.
No, man.
Yeah, I
No.
played at a shitty school. I mean, it's okay, whatever. It's a good school, but like baseball wise, not that great. And then like people who were below me are like now in the MLB, and I'm like, damn, I
What?
wasted it.
What? No, you didn't waste it at all. What made you want to go to William and Mary, where you get? I mean, #1 shortstop in all of New Jersey. I presume you're getting offers from other
Mhm.
places.
Yeah, so I think two things. Number one is like it's actually fun to talk about this. I'm happy that we're talking. I've never talked about this ever. So number one, like you said, I had a good arm.
Great
right?
arm.
Great. Yeah.
Now he's throwing 90 plus in scouting. He's got like an 80 grade arm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of schools wanted me to be a pitcher only,
Wow.
and I did not want to do that. I mean, I think I had 17 total offers.
Yeah.
And then I had a few schools that were like, "We really want you, and we'll offer you if you agree to being a pitcher only." Like
Right.
Duke was one of them.
Wow.
Virginia.
Mike
Notre
Stud,
Dame.
Mike Stud, Marcus Stroman.
Yep. Mike Stud and Marcus Stroman. That's why I almost went. No, for real. And I really wanted to go to Duke. And I remember right before I committed. I committed it at a tournament in Elon, North Carolina.
Yeah, the
And
Phoenix.
The Phoenix. That was my first offer too.
Wow.
I almost went to Elon, and they were in our conference. But Duke was there, and I really wanted to go to Duke.
Yeah.
And I remember we played a doubleheader. I hit a home run in both games, and I pitched,
Wow.
and I fucking played awesome shortstop. And I was like, I'm getting it.
Your Duke offer.
And they call me, and they're like, "We're gonna offer you, but just so you know, we only want you to be a pitcher." And then I hung up with them, and I called William Mary, and I committed. Because my thing was like, I always wanted to go to a school. This is fucking gay looking back, but like,
No.
whatever. I wanted to go to the best college.
Yeah,
like,
William and Mary, great
academically.
academic school. My
Yeah.
cousin went there. It's a good school.
So that's why I went to William Mary. And also they gave me the most money. Because
Yeah.
you know, college
It's
baseball doesn't
divided
do-
up.
Yeah.
College baseball, for the folks that don't know at home, college baseball is the most underfunded sport out there as far as you look at the amount of guys on roster versus the amount of scholarships they have.
Yeah.
And you have guys if you're a big time D1 team, you probably have 2 guys, maybe 3 that are on full scholarship.
No, we had nobody.
None.
No, it's
I'm talking
pretty
like
much
maybe like Clemson or something like that.
maybe Clemson or something if it's like the fucking stud.
Yeah.
Like Seth Beard. Remember
Yes,
Seth
I
Beard?
do remember Seth Beard. Like
that fucking guy's sick.
There's a kid from my hometown. His name's Grant Hussey. He just signed. He's playing at West Virginia University, and he's like 5-star guy. And I'm thinking he probably got 80% scholarship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
80%. I think I got 75.
Yeah.
And I still, by the way, have like 20,000 in student loans.
Right.
And I've already paid off like 10.
And also the coaches. So the coaches like are making no money at the collegiate baseball level. You have your head coach, you got a pitching coach, a hitting coach, and like a volunteer assistant or something like that.
Oh yeah, you make no money.
Nothing.
And you work, dude. College baseball is crazy because the coaches work so I'm sure all college coaches do, but even like the players, dude. Like, think about I used to always complain about this. Think about the difference between a college baseball game and a college football game in terms of time.
Yeah.
College baseball, you get there 4 hours before, and then the game is 3 hours. One game takes 7 hours. College football, you get there maybe an hour or two before, and then you play a 3-hour game.
Yeah.
And you're gone.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. It's actually crazy. Like, if we played double headers on the weekend, we would get there at 8 a.m. and leave by like 10 p.m.
Yeah. And the thing with college, and I almost worked at the collegiate level after I got done with all my stuff in the analytics world. I had a couple connections with Ole Miss, and
oh shit, we played them.
Yeah, and they're awesome.
Yeah,
they're
sick.
awesome. And I thought about it because I really love the college game, but it's just like, even like I would have just been like an assistant baseball ops guy. Probably would have just been like essentially a student assistant.
You make your money off the camps.
Yeah, it's the camps.
Yeah,
the camps.
You got to get little boys to play just so you can live.
Just so you can live. You have to scam people's parents out of money,
literally,
so you can live.
Oh yeah, we're interested in your son for sure. Like that's how you.
That's what it is.
You get them to do the camp. You should do the camp because we're interested in giving him an offer. He's like a righty throwing 83. It's like no one. You're not doing it,
man. But we were fast friends, and I wanted to talk about this because I almost blew it beforehand. But it's just like, I was giving you the quick tour of my place, and you're seeing these books I have, and this, that, and the other, and you were like, man, we have a lot of the same interests. I'm like, yeah, that's why we became fast friends. Yeah. So it's like baseball, comedy, sports in general.
Yeah, Will and Mary girls hooking up with them.
Nice,
thanks. Actually, I hated that. That's my least favorite interest. No, it was fun. No, I fucking hated William Mary, if we're being honest.
Really?
Oh, yeah, dude. That place is the worst.
It messed my cousin up mentally.
Why?
I mean, he's dead.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd he die?
Killed himself.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Me and him have a line about
really? I don't know if I can.
Yeah, don't get into it.
I can't go
But that place fucking sucks,
yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I hated it. I like my friends that I talk to now. They know I like them, but they also know I fucking hated that place.
Yeah.
It fucked me up mentally too, dude.
I mean, I was talking to the girl, and she was like, they have a bridge there. It's like people like jump off the bridge at William and Mary.
It's a fucking little bitch ass bridge though, dude. If you die off that bridge,
but you know what I'm talking about. It exists, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like one person I think did it, dude. I feel like if it's the bridge that I'm thinking of and you die, you're a pussy. It's like maybe 2 stories into a river.
Gotta go head first.
Yeah. I mean, you better shoot yourself in the head on the way down.
That's the only way you're making it.
Suicide. Yeah.
Wow. But off the topic of suicide,
sorry.
onto the topic of us being fast friends.
Yeah.
I would go to Mike's, when I moved, and you've been here a while, and I moved here, and I'm just trying to get acclimated with everybody. And, I would we'd see each other, and I'd say, hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? And then, I don't know what, I think you found, like, you said something about baseball, and I was like, yeah, I used to be a scout. I know who that is. And I think, and then you had to check me real quick to make sure I wasn't lying. And you asked me a couple of questions, and you're okay. Yeah. Cause you said you're like, all right, what's 20/80 or what's 80/20? And I was like,
say that?
Yeah. And I was like, that's
douchebag.
No. It wasn't in a mean way. You're like, oh, well, what is that? And I was like, oh, it's the scale.
That's funny.
And then, we got into this quick thing, and now our quick friendship has sort of morphed into us standing on street corners in New York and playing what we call the game.
Yeah.
We just play the game.
Yeah. That's
tell
my favorite
them
game.
what the game is.
Dude, well, I mean, going back to William Mary, me and William Mary, the people I am friends with William Mary, we play this shit all the time. We used to play a game called Password. You ever hear Password?
I don't know.
Dude, Password's fucking sick. I admittedly love this game.
Are these one of those, so you being a ball player, are these one of those 6-hour bus ride games?
Yeah. Shit like that. Yeah, Password, rain delays. Even towards the end of my career, when I just stopped giving a fuck, we would play during the game.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't. I didn't care
Were you talking to
because
third baseman?
I got hurt, and I was on the bench.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm not. I don't care. Whatever.
In your numbers, by the way, I looked at them and
Bad.
No. For what you were, which was I would assume a defensive first shortstop.
Yeah.
You batting 260 is fine.
My freshman year was great.
It was good, and you had
off.
like a 730 something OPS for a freshman. I was like, it's pretty solid for a freshman.
What's funny is there was an article that came out, or like not an article, like some on NCAA.com my freshman year.
Weren't you like preseason All-American or something like that?
I was maybe something like that. I know I won like CAA rookie some shit.
Yeah.
But I remember I was on NCAA.com at the end of my freshman year because I struck out a lot. That was like my thing.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up.
Oh no,
your like K to walk ratio was not ideal.
You throw me a curveball, dude. I'm swinging at it.
Yeah,
I can't hit it.
It's not a sword, buddy.
No, it was bad. And I used to get made fun of for a lot, but what was I gonna say? Oh, so on NCAA.com you can like look up strikeouts, and I remember I forget what I looked up exactly. Maybe it was like K per 9 or something like that, or K. Yeah. But I was 7th on the list, and everybody else was pitchers.
Oh wow!
So it was just like I was so bad, yeah. Like I had as many strikeouts as like the 7th guy in the nation with strikeouts.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
So what were you?
I just like sucked at hitting.
Yeah,
I was a power hitter. Like if you.
Oh really?
Yeah, like but doubles. I wouldn't even
gap power. Gap power is fine. And the thing, so I'm wondering your approach at the plate. Not to get too inside baseball here, no pun intended.
Well, we could talk about it.
But so there's that old saying: there's two types of hitters. There's hunters and there's fishermen. And hunters are looking for a certain pitch, and fishermen sort of get whatever's coming to them and make do with what they caught. Uh-huh. Were you, whenever you went to the plate, did you have an approach of like, okay, I want this particular pitch, and I'm laying off everything else? Or from what it sounds like, you were just like, I'll take whatever.
Well, like, I was like two different kind of hitters. If I was confident, dude, I would be more of a hunter. Is that's the one who looks for the ball?
Yeah. You're...
I would be like, when I'm confident, I'm feeling good. Because I would be so streaky. I mean, I would be 4 for 4 and then like do that like 3 games in a row, and then I'd be like 0 for 50.
Yeah.
Like that's the way I played with like 40 strikeouts, right?
Right.
So when I'm confident, I would just be like, wait for your pitch. You kind of just see it, and you go, and you're good. And then I would normally like hit it pretty good and get a hit and get a double. I remember I had fucking like almost double the amount of doubles as singles, if I remember correctly.
Probably had some speed too, huh?
Not really. I was pretty slow. I think I ran like a 7-1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
7-1. That's 60 yards, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not like football where you run 40. You're running 60 yards.
This is fun. I like talking about baseball. Like I've never talked about my baseball past, so it's fun.
I got a whole mountain of baseball stuff, by the way.
I like this. Wait. So what were we talking about?
We were talking about you
when I was bad at hitting, though, dude. I mean, it was just I would go up and be like, just don't strike out.
Don't
like
it
was so bad.
That's a bad mindset to have, and you know that.
Yeah.
And Pete Rose, I was listening to him talk the other day. One of the best hitters of all time, arguably the best, and he was just like he never went up there guessing. He goes, if I guessed for anything, I guessed fastball, because if you go up there and you guess breaking ball and you get a heater, you're not catching up to it.
Yeah. It's like I play MLB now.
Which we'll play, and we should document this.
We should.
It's like the loser has to put something online of like. They so and so's better, but we'll have some fun.
Yeah.
After we get done, I'll nerd out. Actually, you know what? I'll pull it up now. Go ahead and say some things while I pull something up.
What was I talking about?
We were talking about you play MLB.
Oh, so now. I play MLB now. So if you're gonna guess fastball, it's easier to guess fastball adjusted to the curveball. When I play MLB now, I put the where I'm gonna swing at the top because it's easier to go. down
to drop the PCI
to go up. So that's what I do. But dude, I struck out so much that it was just all.
This is so I'm preparing for the next MLB game, and I have like all my graphs and my charts, and I have my scouting department of certain players, my minor league development plan. This is the run expectancy chart.
Wait, this is for video games?
This is for video games.
Insane. You're a psycho.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, Franklin.
Yeah, I am. I have my transactions. I have my
You're literally living like
system.
The Sims for fucking You're crazy.
Okay, so this I had when I was a scout. All this I had when I was a scout.
Oh, you just like erased it all?
And I'm just adding to it. That's organizational building, roster procurement, like all these numbers, and there's the 2080, like all this stuff I had when I was scout.
This is all for a video game.
And now it's for a video game. It wasn't at first. And now I'm like, okay, I have this.
That's pretty I'm not gonna lie to you, that's pretty lame.
Okay.
We're fast friends. We could fast become not friends.
I have some other scouting charts too that I could pull out, but I'm not gonna pull them out because I'm getting ridiculed for them. Okay.
No. In real life, it's cool, but for a video game,
I get bored in the winter time when you have nothing to do. Now that I live in a place where I actually have stuff to do, I'm probably not going to do this.
When did you move here again? Like 2-3 months ago?
3 months ago.
Yeah.
I've spent half the money I came
already
here with.
getting with William Mary chicks out in New York.
Yeah, man.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah. Dude. It's crazy what it's like to live in a place.
Was she attractive?
Yeah. It's crazy what it's like to live in a place full of girls that actually like guys who could say words. Because I'm not used to that.
Oh, what do they like back down south? Just
you know who Luke Combs is?
Yeah.
That.
Well, he's a fucking awesome singer.
He's awesome,
of course,
but
he's a fat tub piece of shit.
And these guys aren't singers; they work for like pipeline stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play a quick round of the game.
All right, you want to play?
I'm gonna play a game.
All right.
So this is the game that I was referencing earlier, folks, and what this is basically we just name. You didn't explain password to me, by the way, but
I'll tell you password real quick. Sorry. So password would be like it would be teammates. It would be like me and you versus 2 other people.
Okay.
And the way I would do it is I would whisper. I would think of a guy. I would whisper it to one person on the other team, and then we each would have to try to get you to guess that person by like giving hints, but one word hints. So we would just play this and dude, I've always said. I like drinking and shit. I like going out. I really don't like going out that much, actually. What I love drinking is like pre-gaming, watching sports, music on, playing Password. That's my fucking shit. Dude.
That's a good night.
I could do that forever. Like the pre-game.
The pre-game.
Yes.
TJ pre-games the pre-game, and no, he doesn't have a problem.
Where it's I don't. Where it's like just you and your boys.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love the boys, dude. That's why I'm
love
here.
The boys.
I'm here for the boys.
We're the boys. TJ's got to get me on a nice workout program. He's going to get me looking nice. That's the plan. Yeah. I'm actually going to develop a chest. It's going to be great.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
So anyway, it would just be like, I'd be like, fucking, I don't know, Kevin Durant. And then like, he would have to give a 1-word hint. And I'd be like, you couldn't say nicknames. I would just be like Texas. And then you would have to play off the other hint. So you have to like strategize. Because if I say like, like if he says Texas, I say, basketball. It's pretty obvious. Like that's an easy.
Yeah.
So you got to be like. Then I would say like maybe something.
And you could throw diversions. You could say Texas basketball, and I'm talking about PJ Tucker.
Right. Or fucking the guy with the hair,
Jared Allen.
Yeah.
Nice. He had a good dunk last night.
Yeah.
All right, so let's play this game real quick. So what we do, we stand on street corners. Most of the time, TJ's barking, and I'm like, man, TJ, I got to figure out how to get on more. And he's like, bark, and I'm like, okay. But so what we do is like we'll name a professional athlete or somebody who was big in college, and then we will guess their college.
Yep.
That's what we do for fun. Okay, and we've sort of developed this game now to where we're gonna start playing for money, and we have we have ground rules.
Yeah. We played a 3.
We played a 3, and it's just an honor system of knowing the name. If you don't know the name and somebody calls you on it, then you lose a point. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start off. I have 5 names. All right. I don't know what names.
We're doing rapid fire.
No, we'll go back and forth. Because
right.
Do you have your names up?
I've
all right, we'll do that. All right. I'll give you an easy one first. Here's what we do on street corners all day. Pete Alonso,
Florida.
There.
Easy. That's it. That's the whole game.
That's the game.
All right.
You probably brought out the big guns.
No, I brought out some easy ones, some hard ones. Barry Bonds.
Arizona State.
Nice.
Okay. What do I go? Number 2 here. Drew Brees.
Purdue.
Nice.
Aaron Donald.
Pitt.
Yep. It's crazy. We really just do. It sounds so
insane. We go back and forth for like an hour.
But this is like my favorite thing in the world.
All right. Here we go. We're gonna start getting harder. All right.
Okay.
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash.
Yeah, this is a hard one. I got him on this one.
It's not BYU. That's the other white point guard. Right? Who's that white point guard? Am I thinking
Steve Young went to BYU?
I'm just thinking of Steve Young.
White football player.
Steve Nash, did he go to Canada?
He is from Canada, but he went to college in the States.
I don't think I'm going to get this. Oklahoma?
No.
Where?
Santa Clara.
Fuck. I should
out there on the West Coast.
I should have got that.
All right.
Gary Payton.
Oh, Gary Payton, Oregon.
Close.
Oregon State.
Yeah.
Dang it. I knew it. I knew it. Franco, you idiot. Okay. Antonio
Do
Brown.
you go by Franco? Western Michigan.
No.
Eastern Michigan.
No.
Middle Michigan. Something Michigan.
Central
North,
Michigan.
Central
Michigan.
Yeah.
You can call me whatever you want. You're my friend. So.
You go by Franco, not Franklin?
Girls I'm talking to dating, it's Franklin. Everybody else, it's Frank, Franco, Franklin, whatever you want.
All right.
I mean, because my dad's name's Frank, so it's like if say we're in the squared circle and she's saying Frank, I'm gonna think of my dad. I don't like that.
You don't like thinking of your dad during coitus?
Yes.
That's fucking weird. That's what makes me not fast.
I actually have a problem. I can't finish ever.
Really?
It's like,
I wish I had that problem.
Yeah.
I wish we could meet in the middle.
If we can meet me and my buddy. All right, let's finish this and then I'll run through that.
All right, Troy Tula,
Oh, I don't know where Tula went at all.
Long Beach State.
He's a dirtbag. All right, this is my last one.
All right, I got one more.
Pac-Man Jones. You know Pac-Man?
Yeah. The guy who shot up a club.
He did.
Shot up the club. Georgia?
West Virginia.
Did he really?
I had to get one in.
Damn.
I had to get one.
I never would have got that, actually. I got two more.
All righty.
Just quick hitters. Jacoby Brissett.
NC State.
Yep. Nathan Peterman.
Northwestern?
No. Good guess, though.
Where?
Pitt. That's a good guess for him.
Hey,
he seems like a Northwestern
he stinks,
guy.
Yeah, so I was like Northwestern.
That's a good guess.
So the joke about me not being able to finish, like, it's very real.
Yeah, it's real, all right.
It's real.
And I don't believe any dudes would say that.
And so the ongoing joke with one of my buddies, Ben, is that, like, I'm the starting pitcher. You know what I mean? And it's just like I go like 7 1/3 and then or like 8 1/3 and I can't finish the game and then I have to like
you blow it.
Call the bullpen.
Yeah. And Ben comes in
and then Ben comes in. Yeah. And then he's just Mariano Rivera.
That's great. That's a great job for Ben.
Cutter.
Is it Ben right over there?
No.
Oh.
Is Ben? No.
Is he here? Does he live here?
No, he actually lives in Pittsburgh. He was here for Halloween though.
You got to call Ben all the way from Pittsburgh just to make a girl happy.
It's call to the bullpen. Or as Peter.
Or does he have to finish you off?
No.
Oh, that's what it is.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's what
Redacted.
it is. Because why would you need
Redacted.
Why would you need Ben? You should just finish off yourself, dude, if you're good.
Redacted.
All right. Whatever you say, Frank.
I want to talk about go back to baseball, please. One thing.
I'll allow it.
Well, what you were talking, actually, this isn't. You said you don't like partying.
Not anymore. Really.
You have a very unique diet because we were at some Japanese house, steakhouse or something like that, and you're like, I don't like this, I don't like that.
Yeah.
You love pizza though, yeah?
I fucking love pizza. Dude.
So this guy loves. I'm gonna take you. Actually,
who doesn't love pizza?
I'll buy you pizza after this.
All right, you don't buy it, but let's get it.
Okay. And so I have a question for you.
Hit me.
Knowing the type of guy you are, if you had to give up one thing, if you had to give up pizza or beers.
Beer.
Wow.
That's so easy.
That's not easy.
I want to give up beers, dude. I like actively, I'm like, I want to stop drinking, but it's just hard. I can't.
Well, now I feel like I'm enabling you, and now I feel bad.
Why?
I don't know.
No, I drank last night. It was fun. I told myself.
Yeah, we had a debacle with the cell phone.
Did we?
Yeah.
I didn't even remember.
And then Arden called me on Instagram.
Did he?
On your account. I called it, and Arden picked up. It was wild.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was drinking. I couldn't help it.
All right. So you're picking pizza. All right.
Easily, dude. Pizza's the fucking best.
All right.
Beer's great, but like, I mean, honestly, I don't know. It'd probably be harder the more I think about it, because like I do want to give up drinking, but I never will. And if every time I drank, I had to drink like whiskey or some shit, I'd be angry.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. So I want to talk about baseball, and more in particular, I want to talk about baseball movies.
Okay.
Because I feel like we haven't talked about this in person, so I think this is good that we're talking about it now. You got a favorite or a top 3
baseball movie?
Yeah.
I think my favorite baseball movie is, you'll probably laugh at this.
No.
Fever Pitch.
Okay.
That's funny.
I didn't like it.
Really?
I didn't
With
like it.
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
I think it's a
and
good movie.
Drew Barrymore.
Wait, what other baseball movies are there? Like the one.
What do you mean? What other baseball movies are there?
Sandlot's all right. Like here's the thing about baseball movies is they're just like all kind of lame.
Moneyball.
Moneyball's great.
Moneyball, cinematically
Moneyball's
speaking,
the best.
is like
Moneyball's the best.
Oscar movie.
I forgot about Moneyball.
But you don't like Field of Dreams.
It's just like so lame. It puts baseball on the like this pedestal of like the best game ever, and I'm like, just shut up. Who gives a fuck about the game?
All right. What about the little kid ones that are innocent, like Rookie of the Year or Little Big League?
That's fine. Rookie of the Year is fine. What's the one where Kevin Costner's in it and he cuts his hand off and he's pitching a perfect game?
He doesn't cut his hand off.
Yeah.
It's
I like that one.
It's For Love of the Game,
Yeah,
and I do like that one a lot because John
one.
C. Reilly's in it.
Yep.
And there's that scene.
He almost dies, right? He has to get rushed to the hospital.
Yeah, something weird happens. He definitely cuts his wrist on accident.
Or on purpose.
He
went to William Mary.
Did he?
No.
You got nice callback. I'm an idiot. And so that movie, like, there's this scene where, the crowd is going crazy in New York, and John C. Reilly's the catcher. He comes up to his guy, and he's just like, "Hey, we're in last place, but right now that doesn't matter. Right now we're the best team in the world."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's on the Tigers in that?
It's the Tigers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's
I
a
like
good
that
one. But that one's, I feel like,
here's another
that
one.
one's a romance movie that has baseball in it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I like romance movies.
Oh, I love rom-coms.
Gay?
No.
Okay.
I have Matthew McConaughey's book. You don't think I like rom-coms?
The other one I was going to say was Summer Catch.
Still haven't seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, with Freddie Prinze?
I know Freddie Prinze. Yeah. He plays Fred in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. No, that's a good movie too.
I got a piece of history for you.
What?
Okay. Angels in the Outfield.
Great movie. That's another great one. Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, I was gonna say, Matthew McConaughey is like the left fielder, and he's hauling, and he. Ugh.
Yeah. It could happen.
It could happen.
Love that movie.
JP and all those guys. Yeah.
Hardball. There's a lot of good baseball movies.
Yeah, you're talking smack about baseball movies.
The baseball movies that are lame are the ones like Field of Dreams that are like,
"Hey, Dad, have a catch."
Yeah.
Do you say play catch or have a catch?
I think I say play catch now, but like,
I say play
ironically,
catch. I say play catch.
Like I used to say, let's have a catch. Now I say, let's play catch. But not even like it funny. Ironically, I'm just like, I kind of like that better. So I
play have a versus play. It's quicker. Play catch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I like it. But some of the baseball movies, you have to admit, are pretty lame.
Absolutely.
Like Field of Dreams is lame. There's another one that's like, what's the old one? The Natural.
Yeah, I like The Natural though.
I've never seen it, but it just seems like
Roy Hobbs.
There's a fucking lot of baseball movies, dude.
Bat
42.
Yeah, 42 is good.
What else is there? Field of Dreams, Fever Pitch, fucking
anything with Kevin Costner in it is a baseball movie, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, the one with Dennis, Rookie of the Year.
Oh, I love that one. That one might be my favorite.
The Rookie.
That one. That actually, Moneyball's my favorite. That one's probably second favorite for me.
Hardball. I said that one.
The Rookie with Dennis Quaid. First off, my mom loves Dennis Quaid. My mom's a big
Bears.
Yeah, it's good. My mom's a big baseball fan. My dad doesn't care about sports.
Really?
So me and my mom will stay up and watch baseball games growing up. That was our thing. And she would coach my team sometimes. Not the head coach. She'd be like the assistant or whatever.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
The roles were reversed in your family.
Absolutely. My dad's a big comedy fan, though.
Is he?
So that's where...
That's where you and your dad would stay up watching SNL.
Yes, absolutely.
So like after the game, Mom would go to sleep, Pops would come down.
Yeah, because my mom doesn't laugh at anything.
Really?
If it's semi-vulgar, she hates it.
That's so funny how much 50% of each parent you are.
Right.
Like you're like, I got my baseball side from my mom and my comedy side from
my dad. And my dad's a public speaker, too.
What does he do?
He's a pastor, and he does public
Is he really?
Yeah.
Are you a Jesus guy?
I'm a religious guy. No, spiritual guy.
So
I'm not
even something.
Yeah. Who's to say the God I grew up is the right one? There's so many
father.
Nah, he'd be cool with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though he's like our Lord and Savior. Is that how he talks?
No.
Does he talk like this?
No,
he talks like this. Come on now, Franklin. Our Lord and Savior. Our Lord and Savior know that this ain't right.
Well, you played in the South. You knew a lot of God guys.
Oh, a lot of God guys. I went through a God phase myself.
I feel like a lot of ball players go through God guys phases, especially like all the Latin guys are all big God guys.
Yeah, but they're not really. They're just like, oh, I love Jesus and
Yeah,
they pray
they're
and
big.
they hit that home run and stuff. But that's it.
But the white God
Dude,
guys,
they actually love God.
they love God.
Dude.
And they're like, I need Jesus Christ to help me
Yeah.
hit this homer.
Yeah.
The thing I've always wondered about sports is like both teams are praying to the same God for the same outcome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why? And they write Philippians 4:13 on their eye black or something on their wrist tape.
Luke 3:27 or
What
whatever.
some
Because
verse?
of Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper started that whole thing.
Really?
Oh yeah, remember he was on Sports Illustrated like 13. Immediately, everybody had that.
The eye black?
No, the wrist tape with Luke 3:16 on it. Bryce Harper really started that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I believe you. It's just like how much influence, you know what I mean?
But you're right. That is true. That like the Spanish dudes are the guys who are religious. Who are like, if they lose or get out, they're like, "Fuck you!" Blah. They're mad. They don't really.
Yeah.
They're not religious. They just like to wear the big rosary beads.
Yeah.
And fucking point it up to God when they hit a home run.
The big man, Jesus.
Adios mio type shit.
Yeah.
Right. And then the other guys are like guys that are like they could lose by a trillion every game. And they're like, well, we just want to thank our Lord and Savior for letting us play. Allowing us to play today.
Allowing us to play today.
Some people are poor. And we get to play a game.
You realize how lucky we are?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then they get married at 18 so they can have sex.
Yeah, I've been running that lately. That type of joke. Like
What?
Christian people get married young.
To have sex.
Yeah, and then I go through a whole thing.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
It is true. I've seen it live.
A billion times.
A lot.
I grew up in the church. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got caught up, dude. I went to William & Mary, which, as we've discussed, is a very lame school. And like,
you got caught up in the God game?
oh, dude, I got caught up hard in the God game. I stopped having sex.
JC got you tripped up?
Yeah, JC fucking he slipped me the good stuff. And I was like, I kind of like this guy, yo.
What? Explain to me. I can't see you as a God guy. Explain to me TJ Francis God guy phase.
Here you go, for real. Like, honestly, I was a freshman and sophomore.
Easily influenced.
Yeah, and I was, I started, and the other people that started were all older and cooler, right? They were like the cool guys of the team. But they wanted to hang out with them. They were God guys. They were guys. And I kind of just fell into it and whatever.
You're making it sound like a gang.
It was a gang. I went down that path. God is a gang. It's the greatest gang in the world, but it's a gang.
Again, you keep slipping back into this.
I love the accent. Dude, it's very hard for me not to do an accent once I get going.
When you start talking about God, when you start talking about the big man,
our
Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. First off, I just want to thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for letting us even do this podcast, talk about the beautiful game of baseball.
Mm-hmm. And God, we pray. Our God is great. And God, we pray. Amen. You know what's funny? We used to have, before games, we would have...
team prayer?
No. Well, kind of. We would have a prayer circle. It would be like, Lord and Savior, just thank you for today. We want to thank you for, allowing us to play this beautiful game. Keep everybody safe, healthy, happy.
Yep.
No matter what happens, we're going to still come to church kind of thing at the end. And then there was another group that was kind of making fun of this group, calling the nature circle. And they would just be like, hey, thanks grass for allowing us to play. Thanks wind for being a little strong today, blowing out to the right, like shit like that. Just making fun of it. And it was funny. And because I used to be in the prayer group, and then later on in my career, and I was like, wait a second, I like cursing.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I can't curse.
Yeah.
God don't like it.
Yeah.
So I would have
I don't curse in my act. I want my parents to be able to watch it.
I do, but I also like cursing my parents now, so I don't really care.
Yeah. That's so funny, man. Just switching sides.
Yeah.
Switching sides. I mean, for me, when I was a God guy, it was more of a high school thing, and I was one of those chotches who, before games, was tweeting out Bible verses.
Yeah.
And just
and then go 1 for 3 with a double.
Well, it's just not ideal. And lay down a quality bunt or work a good at bat. Still K up, but he threw 10 pitches. He threw 10 pitches. Yeah. I did my job.
Dude, that's great. That's fucking awesome. You're a big time God guy then. Your dad's a pastor. You must be pretty big.
I had to. And then I don't want to get into the whole religious thing, but it's all those pastors that made it about money and stuff like that just really turned me off to the
Joel
whole.
Osteen?
Yeah, that really turned me off.
He's the only pastor I respect. He's the only one I like.
He's the only one who's business savvy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My dad. What's my dad doing?
Yeah, he's
middle of nowhere,
honestly,
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Come on.
Joel Osteen in Seinfeld, and your dad is some fucking road hack.
Yeah, my dad's one of those Long Island guys that just stays on Long Island.
It is funny to think that your dad loves comedy and he's religious.
Oh
he
yeah,
probably just likes like the worst.
Yeah, he showed me Blues Brothers the movie when I was 8 years old.
Yeah,
and we'll stay up and we'll watch. He loves Chappelle. He loves
really.
Yeah, he loves Chappelle. He loves Tracy Morgan.
Andrew Dice Clay.
No, Iglesias. He likes Ralphie. He loves Ralphie May.
Not anymore.
Well, I mean, he goes back and watches old Ralphie May
Really?
clips. Yeah. So yeah, it's like, but my mom won't laugh at anything. You know what I mean? Like when we have movie night, I have to go.
Where's the baseball?
Yeah,
That's how she watch comedy.
Whenever we have movie night, I go on like commonsensemedia.org and it like counts how many curse words and how many times like some.
Your parents are like that.
I have to go to. I do it for them.
How old are you?
25. I do it for them because I know if I pick a movie that has too much of that, my mom will just get up and leave the room, and I don't want that.
Are you an only child?
No.
What do you have?
I have an older sister. She's like 30.
Okay, I was gonna say your parents sad that you left.
I mean, they're pumped that like I'm doing what I've always wanted to be doing.
Yeah.
My mom is definitely more bummed just because she has nobody to watch baseball with.
She really loves baseball that much.
Yeah.
What's your team?
She likes the Braves and she likes she just likes the game. Like
really.
Yeah, and
she keeps score at home.
No, but I do.
Get out of here.
Like the book?
Like an old man?
Yeah, I go to Mets games and I keep score.
That's so
weird.
Lame.
Yep. And my mom, she used to text me, she's like, how about the Braves? Wasn't that great? And I was like, yeah, good for you. When I was a kid, we'd go to Braves games because it was on TBS.
Is that the closest team?
No. Closest team is Pittsburgh and Cincy are the same distance. And Cleveland. It's actually all 3 hours to three of them. So after the Braves got taken off TBS, my sister moved to Pittsburgh. We watched the Pirates. We watched some of the Reds. We watched some. We just liked the game. Mm-hmm. And now that I live here, it's strictly Mets.
You're a Mets fan?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I prefer National League Baseball to American League Baseball. Because the pitcher. But that's getting taken out, so it doesn't even matter.
Are they?
Like 2022.
See, that's the thing now. I don't watch any baseball.
Yeah, you don't. We were talking about that.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. I just don't care anymore. I think I played. You know what's funny? Like I've said this before. This is kind of lame to say, but like whatever. But like comedy was the first thing where I like knew I love.
Yeah.
Like it's different than when I thought I loved baseball.
Wow.
I think I played baseball because like I was forced into it at a young age and I was good and I got a lot of like good feedback from it. So
right.
Like, I'll just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Comedy I like sought out and chose and like it's the hardest thing I've ever done, but it's like the best.
Absolutely.
Like I genuinely want to do comedy every day. When I was playing baseball, I would be like, please fucking rain, dude.
Yeah.
I have no interest in doing this today.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. Sometimes I'd be like, yeah, I fucking love baseball. It's fun. But a lot of the times I'd be like, I hope this gets I hope COVID happens every year.
Absolutely.
I hated it.
That was and I was a comic when I was like 20, 21. That's when I started. And then I love baseball. I worked with Pirates Radio one season and getting out of college I got the scouting gig. And I was like, I'll have time to go down to Philly and do mics. Didn't have time to go down and do Philly mics because baseball's nights and weekends. Yeah. And then it turns into a little more than that. And, I'd say by the All-Star break, I started just phoning it in, bro.
Yeah.
And if you look at the numbers of the 2019 season, there's probably some guys that have really good defensive numbers that shouldn't because I was like, yeah, he's good.
Really?
I was just, whatever.
Wait, where do your stats go?
I'll show you here in a minute, but yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that you like mattered. Not in like a bad way.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know you like online. I thought you just like sent it to Clint Hurdle.
No. I love Clint Hurdle actually. He's one of my favorite managers. But they'd go to this website.
Is this like the basketball?
They'd go to Fangraphs. I'll show you. This was me.
That's pretty cool. Man.
And then they'd go to like 25 big league teams. They'd go to CBS. They'd go to Fox. Sometimes ESPN would call us and be like, "Hey, did such and such, such and such?" And I was like, "Yeah." And
that's cool.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. That's cool.
Well, it's not good for me because, I don't do that anymore, and I was bad at it. But
you got fired?
No, I didn't get fired. I actually got extended through the end of the season. Most people kind of didn't make it through the end of the year, and
nice.
Just because I was a nice guy in the office, like people like to have me around. Good locker room guys.
Good
locker
room talk.
Good clubhouse guys.
Yeah.
But
grab him by the pussy.
Absolutely.
That's what you said at work?
No. So the thing is
That's
about
why you got fired?
Yes.
Franco got
Franco got fired. No, so during that time, it was like, okay, I really want to be, a New York comic as opposed to being a, Philly, Pittsburgh, whatever comic. And, I was doing my podcast at the time, moving back home to West Virginia. I was like, oh, I got to get up to New York. And, everything happened for a reason. And now we're here doing this thing, man.
Yeah.
Had you not taken, went to Wayman Mary, who knows if you'd have been a comic? Had I not taken the baseball scouting job, who knows if I'd have been a comic?
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
I do kind of think that, like, you're whatever, not what you're supposed to do, but, like, things always, like, I don't know.
No, every decision leads you to where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, kind of, though.
I think I'm curious to hear your take on this. I think there's a ton of parallels between baseball and comedy. And stand-up, specifically.
Give me an example, just so I can get my head going.
As a ball player, you play, a major leaguer especially, you're going out every day. As a comedian, you're going out every day.
Yep.
And you're not going to have your best stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the consistent ones are the best ones.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that learn a different skill or get this skill up.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that make a great career out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
You're going out every night.
Every night. And no matter if you're tired or whatever.
You're getting up.
Baseball really is every day.
Do you think the game would be more popular if they cut down the amount of games they play? No. I like the longevity of it. I know that's rare.
I think playing every day is a cool thing.
Yeah,
I do. I just don't.
I'm sure it's taxing, man.
I mean, like, yeah, I'm sure it is, and that's why I've always said, like, this is kind of off topic, but like the steroid thing, I don't think it makes you hit harder. I think it just makes you recover quicker, which I guess in turn can make you hit harder.
I've lightened my stance on steroids.
I love steroids.
I think if I just don't like the way MLB handled it during that time because Bud Selig, the commissioner at the time, in the early 2000s, was like, in the late 90s, was wanting to get these fans back in the stands after the players' strike in 94.
Yeah.
Fans weren't coming to games. And he's like, how do we do this? He's like, let's pump these players up. And then now that they're at the Hall of Fame age, they're like, no, you cheated.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you were pumping them to get fans in.
I did my whole... I took a class in college called Persuasive Speech in my final.
That was it?
That was it.
Yeah.
Steroids should be legal.
Yeah.
And I talked about that. But wait, what were we talking about? Oh, the parallels. Yeah, I think it is true. You got to go out every day. I like that baseball's on. Comedy's every day. Now, the thing about the difference between baseball and comedy is, like, unless you're, I guess, I don't know. Like, I feel like at the pro level, like the Cellar versus, like, the MLB, you're always going to get fans. But, like, when you're at our level, it's hard to get people.
Oh, we're playing rookie ball or single A right now.
Yeah, we're playing farm league.
Yeah, we're in the
you
farm
know we
system.
are? We're independent.
Wow, you don't even think we're an affiliated ball right now?
No.
Why do you say that?
We're not really active.
No. I was in Pittsburgh, Philly, West Virginia. When me doing stand up there,
that's independent.
All
right, you're probably right.
We're in the minor leagues.
This is
minor leagues.
Short season A that we're in.
Short season A, rookie ball, something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, you have to do it every day. You have to. I kind of like what you said, where you're like, you're not gonna have your best stuff every day. But
Absolutely
you have to
not.
learn how to just like try to be the most consistent you can be.
Absolutely.
Also, like, this might be true too, but like as a hitter at least, you fail a lot.
Oh yeah.
And it's a huge part.
7 out of 10 times you're a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, huge part of comedy I think is like learning how to fail less, but also learning how to fail better.
Yeah.
Where you're like,
the bombs aren't as hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you are bombing 7 out of 10 shows, you should quit.
Yeah, that's the bad parallel. That's the bad parallel. Is the 7
but you know what I mean? Where like failure is very. I mean, you do bomb a lot coming up, not 7 out of 10 times, but like, and not even bomb like the whole show, but it's like, oh, this new joke I wanted to try.
Bonk.
Yeah, that might be better. Where it's like it's probably closer to like half and half, but like if you write 10 jokes, probably 5 of them you're like, all right, I'll keep it.
Yeah. I've been getting into a bad habit lately of thinking I'm not thinking I'm like better than I am, but like thinking that like, oh, I can figure it out. And like
on stage?
Yeah.
Dude, I do it all the time.
And going up there with half written stuff and then it's like, no, I'll figure it out. And then it's like, ugh.
I need to write. I say this all the time. I don't even do half written stuff. I'll just write like an idea and I'll just go try to talk about it. And I think that I'm like, oh, fucking Louis C.K. writes on stage. I can.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, I can't. I suck.
It's funny, like I'll have an idea and I'll have like 3 or 4 tags and then I'll get up there and immediately just say like, da. And then I'll be like, oh wait, that's all I had.
Yeah.
And then,
dude, it's the worst. Because there has to be a middle ground. Because I've tried to go out there and write every word for word.
Yeah.
And then I get up on stage and I can't remember. So I just it's horrible.
Yeah.
And then I've tried to be like, just go talk about fucking Gatorade. And I'm like, yeah, Gatorade is weird. What do you guys think about Gatorade? And then I'll try to do that, and that sucks. There has to be a thing where it's like, which I think I'm learning now, the more of the writing process thing, where it's like, all right, I have this story I want to talk about. Here are like the few key things to talk about, kind of riff on that in between, and then end with this. And then,
Right.
yeah, that's what I'm getting better at. But telling stories at mics fucking sucks.
Yeah, I peg myself as a primarily a storytelling type of guy. It's tough, man.
It really sucks because you're like, oh, fucking Franklin heard it, Ryan heard it, this guy heard
Yeah,
it, this guy heard it. What am I going to go through the whole story again for one extra line I wanted to add?
And it's tough to like want to commit to it again in front of all your friends.
Yeah. Because in your head, you're like, you guys all know every beat,
Yeah.
every joke. I did the mic. Were you at the comedy shop last night?
No, I did.
I did the comedy
Detail.
shop last night, and I was first, and I was telling the story that I wanted to get through.
Was it Dr. D's?
No, it's Patty DeFino.
Oh, that means Dr. D's is today.
Yeah.
And I didn't sign up. I keep forgetting about hers.
So I told the story, and the whole time I was looking, I was like, everybody's on their phone.
Yeah, that's
And
the worst.
They've all heard it, so I'm
Yeah.
like, well, kind of whatever. And I wanted to break out of it and just be like, what the fuck? But then I was like, no, I got to work on the story. So I just told the story, and it got fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I'm happy I just went through the story. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
got off.
The thing that I've sort of been going through mentally with like the pair mics especially is not even necessarily wanting to get a reaction out of the audience. It's how do these words sound out of my mouth?
Yeah. Which we could do that here, but it doesn't even sound cool. You want to get on stage.
Well, it's a whole thing. You have to get into the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree. I think you got to do it. But yeah,
it was funny. You know, me being
it's like BP, dude.
It's exactly like BP, man.
Which I loved.
Were you just a BP bomber, just cage monster?
Yeah. I fucking loved BP, dude.
Love that.
Because all I did was try to hit homers.
Yeah.
That's why I struck out all the time.
Because you're just going Yahtzee the whole time.
It's funny because like open mics are BP, shows are the games.
Yeah.
I loved BP, kind of hate open mics. Loved the shows.
Well, yeah.
Hated the games.
Yeah.
Because I just,
I'm very curious about your comedic inspiration. I don't know if there was another baseball question I had. I don't remember. I apologize. But we could talk about your comedic inspiration and your whole journey real quick. We got about like 15 minutes or so.
Yeah. So. Comedic inspiration, definitely Nate Bargatze. I remember I've always wanted to do stand-up. I've always dreamed about telling this story. I just thought it was going to be on Rogan, dude. I thought Rogan was going to be like, hey, man, tell me your story.
Well, now you can.
No.
Now you can get your little BP swings in here.
Yeah.
And then
I got to fucking work out this story.
Yeah, and you can add stuff on. Dude, the way I started the podcast was I won a bunch of money gambling. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's a cool story.
That is great. I have some gambling stories from college if you want to talk about that to wrap it up.
We'll do that.
All right. So I always wanted to do stand-up. I remember I always say that, like, one of my first memories, and it's like 20 different memories.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make sense. But I do remember being young.
Yeah.
And I put on a show for my family that I put on a stand-up show, essentially.
Yeah.
And I remember 2 jokes I said. I had my whole family sit down, and I was just in the living room, and I sat down, and I said, I'm a sit-down comedian. And that was my first joke. And then my second joke was Eminem and 50 Cent were really popular at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, imagine in like 2100, the rappers are Reese's Pieces and $1. And that was my second joke. And that was like when I was probably 11 years old or something.
Wow.
Like yeah. So that happened. Then my whole life, I just loved stand-up. In high school, I used to listen to it going to sleep, Pandora.
Wow.
Yeah. Literally listen to it every night going to sleep. That's like how my friends knew me, is because even if we would like, have a sleepover or whatever.
You're like, I'm throwing stand-up in.
I would just play it out loud.
Wow.
Yeah, and they hated me for it.
Probably a lot of Tom Segura.
Louis C.K., Hannibal.
Love Hannibal.
Aziz.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The one guy I always skipped was Kumail, and I'll stand by that. He sucks. But no, he's whatever. Then I went to college, and my coach actually was like, hey, I have a speech coming up. And everybody knew I wanted to do it. Everybody knew me as like the guy who loved comedy. And he jokingly asked me if I wanted to write jokes for his speech. And that was the first time I actually like sat down.
Was it like one of those like home run benefit dinner things?
It was something like that. Yeah, like how to make money for the team.
Yeah.
And he jokingly said, do you want to, I don't know if he was joking or kind of serious, but he's like, do you want to make money? Or you want to write jokes? And I was like, yeah. And that was like the first time I like sat down and write jokes. I can't remember if I didn't give it to him or he just didn't use them. But I remember
Nothing.
being like, I kind of want to write jokes. Like this was like my thing. I was like, I
Oh
want to do this.
wow.
And then what actually like in my like I remember this vividly. Again, I used to listen to stand up. I'm in the college baseball house. I'm asleep, and I used to listen. And I remember waking up to who is now the reason I started comedy and my favorite comedian, Nate Bargatze. I remember waking up to him randomly being played at like 3 a.m. and the track was titled like Two M&Ms. And I heard that and I was like, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. And then like, I didn't start for probably another 2 years, but I remember that time I was like, oh, I'm going to do this.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I started like a few years later.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, yeah. So Nate's like my fucking guy.
Yeah.
My first comedy show when I, maybe like a month after I started comedy, my parents on my birthday brought me to see Nate at Levity Live in West Nyack, New York. And then 3 years to the day, same weekend, birthday weekend, I opened up for Chris Kattan at that club.
Yeah,
only because I had a car. Only because I had a car, which, whatever.
It was a couple weeks ago, right?
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I was just like, oh, that's like, again, only because I had a car, but just the fact that like that was my first comedy show with my favorite guy, the reason I started on my birthday weekend, 3 years to the day. I was like, that's fucking sick.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's really cool.
It was really cool. But Nate's my guy. He's the reason I started.
Yeah, love Nate, man. He's great.
A lot of people tell me that they see Nate, like I'm just doing Nate, which is like, everybody says that I was doing this guy when I started, so it's like fine, but I kind of want to shed.
Yeah, I still don't even know if I'm doing subconscious impersonations of comedians I admire.
I think we all are.
Yeah, I think there is some Seinfeldian like na.
Yeah.
Whenever I say things,
I think it happens, but I think everybody says that.
Yeah,
like you listen to anybody, and they're like, "Oh, I was just doing this guy when I started," but then finding your voice is like kind of morphing the people that you like and your own sense of humor together.
Yeah.
So like I understand that like kind of the way I deliver shit and the way some of the words that I'll say is very Nate, but in my head I'm like I'm working through it and eventually it will be gone. But right now it's like, sorry, man.
Yeah. If I could have that the commanding stage presence of Maniscalco with the quick wit of Seinfeld, I would be the best of all time.
Exactly. I used to say I want to be like Louis and Nate together because I'm not clean.
Yeah,
Nate's clean.
Nate's very clean. That's why I admire Nate.
There is sometimes I'm like I should go clean, and then I'm like, nah.
That's the way. That's why I started. That's just why I started. So I've just never.
I was clean to start. Yeah. Same reason actually. I was like, I want my parents to see me. My mom was like, if you're gonna do this, you should do clean. And I was like, all right, I'll do clean. And then I started, and then I was like, wait, but I don't talk like it's hard to do. If you are like clean-minded thinking, which you kind of seem like you're more like pure clean than I am. That's fine. Yeah. But like I can't.
It's just natural. Like you'll hear me talk in the locker room, and then as soon as this thing turns on or now come to the stage, Franklin Miller, it's just like, yeah. It just, that's it.
Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't force myself because I'm like, I don't think like that.
Yeah.
I curse a lot. That's why I stopped being religious too. I was like, I want to curse. It's true, man.
Oh man, that's great. But
but I'm trying to shed this. That bothers
I don't think
me.
you're doing a Nate impression, man.
I think a lot of people. I've heard it. A few people have said it to me, and it kind of bothers me.
When? How long ago?
Recent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think you're doing it.
It bothers me a little bit. I think everybody does something.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can be a great comic and original and just be kind of doing something.
Dude, there's a guy I saw murder for 12 minutes the other night. And every now and again, he would sound like Chappelle.
And he hit his fucking thing.
And he did that.
Yeah.
But he nailed it. I want to get that out there. He nailed it.
Yeah. I think it's a part of the process of becoming a good comedian is kind of imitating or I don't know what the word is, but like kind of show you can clearly see who your influence is, and then you try to get rid of that influence.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think for me. I did the same thing when I was a kid. I would watch stand-up specials. I got a TV in my room when I was 13, and I would watch. I had Comedy Central on it, and I would watch all these comics, and I'd write down jokes I like, and I'd take out the curse words, and I'd tell them to my parents.
That's so
and
funny.
My mom would be like, "I don't get it," and I'm like, "Mom, this is Cat Williams. Like, this is Kevin Hart. What do you mean you don't like
so
Patrice
funny.
O'Neal?" That's what I would do.
Take out the curse words.
Take out the curse words and
and they probably made the joke bad, and you didn't even notice.
Like, oh, absolutely! Yeah. I was like, I can just take out words and be fine.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I did.
Like Dave Chappelle's kicked her in the pussy joke. You're just like, I kicked her
in the
your mom's
leg.
like, what? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I would do that, man. That was my thing. And then
That is cool though.
I did
Who was your favorite back then?
Love Chappelle, love Patrice O'Neal. Cat Williams always made me laugh a lot. I don't know, man. I just loved it all. I was a big SNL guy as a kid. I think a lot of us were. So I was a big Andy Samberg fan. Watched a lot of Lonely Island videos.
Yeah. You know what?
I was actually Andy Samberg for Halloween. I just realized that.
Yeah.
It was a good costume.
It was good costume. One of those songs that goes overlooked is "I Ran So Far Away."
Are you kidding me?
I love that song.
That's my favorite.
It's the best.
Okay.
Rock mood. That one.
Yeah. Are you putting me on? Did you know I like that song?
Yeah, I called your mom before this podcast.
I didn't know. This is actually a Banana Land moment.
We know a lot of stuff, dude.
This is why we're fast friends. That's my favorite. It only has I don't even know if it has 1 million views on YouTube.
It's very funny.
And it's
Iraq or I ran.
Yeah. I Ran So Far Away, and then Adam Levine is in it.
Yeah, it's a
great song.
Lying?
That's your Are you lying? That's your favorite? That's literally my favorite.
I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's one of.
It's on every playlist I have because I just love the song so much.
It's a good song.
Piano wise, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I used to just listen to it in the car.
I know you say there's no gays in Iran, but you're in New York now, baby. Are you kidding me?
I swear to God, why would I lie about that? How would I know that?
I don't know. Maybe talk to somebody. I don't know. That's so funny.
Yeah, it's a great song. And then there's another one that's good too. Like I'm on a Boat is funny.
Yeah, I love all the Natalie Portman raps. Those are good.
Oh,
Lazy Sunday is great.
Lazy Sunday. I Threw It on the Ground is just funny.
Yeah,
to me.
Man, I can't believe that I Ran So Far Away. I love that song.
Yeah, that's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's talk gambling here.
All right.
So for me, my first ever bet, I was like 19 years old betting on Bovada because that's all you could.
Yeah. .eu or whatever.
.eu.
And they'd be like, "What's your social security number?" And we're like,
"Don't worry."
Fucking betting, dude.
Putting money in some weird Icelandic bank account.
Yeah.
I had like a 5-game parlay, and it was in like college football bowl season. Nailed it.
Really?
Won like $400 my very first bet.
Wow.
Hooked ever since.
Yeah, of course.
So that was sort of my initial gambling, and then like I got really hot during March Madness and baseball in 2019, and started the podcast and everything. But I'm very.
Why did you start? Because of gambling?
Because I just had because I was broke, and so it's like I had the money to get the stuff.
How long have you been doing this podcast?
Since early 2019.
Wow.
This is episode 119.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
And the show has went from this to it because I just been inconsistent, just doing stand up all the time.
Be consistent, dude.
I am.
Get your shit together.
All right.
Be consistent.
Yes, sir. Anyways, go ahead. I want to hear
your
gambling origins.
Oh, I started once I quit my senior year of base. I didn't bet until once I quit. So I long story short, with baseball, I started freshman year, sophomore year. I started, tore my shoulder, and then got surgery. Tried to come back quickly, retore it. So I quit senior year.
Yep.
So once I quit senior year, I just started betting all the fucking time.
Absolutely,
all the time, dude. I don't even remember if I won my first bet. I didn't care. I just like being like, hell yeah, got the fucking Bills -3.
Yeah,
that's all I cared about.
Yeah, man, I was the same way in college.
Honestly, if I win or lost, and the thing about it now, like it was very retarded. Like I would if I lost money, I would pay it. I would never not pay. But if I won money, it was free money.
Keeping it in
there.
No,
I wouldn't. Yeah, I would just like rebet it.
Yeah.
So I never ever won money.
Absolutely,
dude. I had to sell my computer in college. It was bad. I got really bad. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like I would just keep asking my parents for money and be like, "Oh, I'm out of money for food." My parents now know, and they're like, "So you just asked us for all that money all the time because you had gambling?" And I wasn't like, my parents aren't rich. I wasn't asking for like $1,000 a month, but I would be like, "Can I get like $50 like for this thing?" And they would give it to me. But yeah, man, it got really bad. And the worst thing is I was down like $1,000 this one week. March Madness. Duke was playing fucking, I don't know, NC State or something. It was St. Patrick's Day, and I was fucking hammered. And I bet on an under. It was like a plus 560, and I was down like $500. And I was like, I'm gonna bet $500 on this plus 560 team money line, and I'm gonna win it all back. And then I was drunk, and I placed like $500 bet on plus 560 team money line, and lost obviously. So I fucking owed $1,000 this week, and I had to sell my computer for $800. Yeah, very fun.
That sounds serious.
I was like genuinely like sad. I was like, fuck all of you. My friends are trying to make jokes, and I like got angry at them.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I never liked that when I lose. I still don't like that if I lose bets and somebody will say, well, why would you bet on that team? Like,
Yeah.
it's easy to say that when the
After.
game is over.
Yeah.
Idiot.
But then after college, I like kind of stopped for a little bit. I mean, I would bet it here and there, and I still kind of do bet here and there, but not nearly as much.
The way I bet now is way more calculated. There's a lot more research that goes into it. It's not like your crazy uncle who's like, oh, the Jets are going to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I have a whole nother thing that I have to tell you about off the air that I do gambling wise.
You always make
you
money.
can't. Yeah.
That is cool. I think you told me about it.
We'll keep that off the air. But
yeah. I'm not a big gambler anymore, really. But like, I still like it. Like, first of all, I want to bet and watch the game.
Yeah.
So,
it makes games more fun.
But I don't watch sports anymore.
Right.
Because I'm always doing comedy.
Right.
So if I'm not watching stuff, I just don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just whatever.
It's not fun to sit there and like refresh like scores.
Yeah.
And stuff.
I'm not gonna be like, oh shit, the Braves won. I won money. I want to watch it and be like, let's fucking go Braves.
I'm in a whole thing with one of my offshore accounts right now, and it's bothering me. So the book changed hands. My friend who was the bookie gave it to somebody else, and no issues. They said they were going to reach out to me, and they never reached out to me. They texted me a month ago, and they said, hey, by the way, just want to make sure you still want these picks. I said, yeah, I still want these picks because it's on credit. There's no money exchanging hands until you're up or you're down. Uh-huh. So it's just all on credit, $500 some dollars in credit. And I have the majority of that placed in future bets. This team wins this game. This team wins, national championship or whatever. And he's like, yeah, well, you can either pay that now and keep them in or something. I was like, what do you mean? He said it was losing money for him to hold the picks. Sounds like he was in over his head.
Yeah, that's not true.
Yeah.
He just needed money.
Yeah. And then he texted me again, and he was like, hey, dude, if you want these picks in here, you need to pay me. And I was like, I'm not paying you. The site is on credit. And I went and checked my offshore account the other day, and I'm locked out. I'm not allowed in there. So he was just in over his head.
But you don't have the $500 credit anymore, huh?
No.
So you just lost $500 basically.
It's not real money. I never had it.
Right, but... Oh, okay. So it wasn't winnings. It's like every week you start with $500 credred.
Yeah, except I put all my $500 on futures that'll pay out at the end of the year.
Okay. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, and one of them was like a Georgia Bulldogs national championship football, like plus 560 ticket. That's probably gonna hit.
Probably.
And
no, you know what? No, it won't.
Yeah, no way. Now I'm not cheering for the Bulldogs because
it won't.
Yeah, a lot of like team total overs and stuff like that. I had two baseball team totals. I had Pirates over and had Braves under
for the season,
and both those hit. Went 2-0.
Season?
Yep.
That's cool. I didn't know you could bet.
Yeah.
What would that even be? Let me take a guess real quick. 162, probably like 4 runs on average a game or 3. Probably like, what is it, like?
Team total wins.
Oh, I was thinking runs.
No, wins.
That was funny.
Runs would be crazy.
Yeah, right?
Team total wins.
That would be a really fun bet, man.
Team total runs?
Just continue, like if it's like
We'll suggest it at the books.
Yeah, that would be fun. Because every game you're like, fuck yeah, 4 more. And then
I like that.
That would be fun.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. If they can figure out how to... Well, no, you can easily calculate that because that's just year-to-year projections. Yeah, that's not hard at all.
It's kind of totally random.
Yeah, that's what win percentage is. It's like runs plus runs divided.
That would be sick. We should call.
We're getting on that.
But call Vegas.
I'm on. I actually have connects. But if there's anything you would like to leave the people with, anything you'd like to plug away, my friend.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram and social media at TEEJ Listen to my podcast, Sis Radio, which you should come on.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
You can see him all over the city. He's a very good comic. Very great guy. Happy to have him on. Thanks for coming on, TJ. You're the man.
Thank you for having me.
As always, remember to like and subscribe, review the show, tell your friends about it, all that stuff. Keep taking care of yourselves, and I will see you when I see you. Have a good one.